Ayan, thank you so much. You are a true inspiration to us. I'm very passionate, actually. But my question to you is, what are, there's tons of stigmas that you've mentioned that you faced. What is the major one that you faced and overcome, Ayan?
One of the major stigmas that I faced is, for me, it was society or people thinking that you're not fine, or labeling you as somebody who's crazy, or labeling you as somebody who's less than anybody else. And that was because of the community that I'm from, and that was because of the way they were back home and wherever they came from. So it was just the way that they viewed everything and the way that they judged me because of my health. Because when I became ill, it came out to the community and people started talking, and it was really uncomfortable. And I didn't like the fact that people were labeling me as somebody that was crazy and that was mentally ill, that was never going to be able to go back to school, never be able. And I see people who tell me, oh, it's just fine, just if you just take care of your health, don't ever go to school, don't ever go to work, don't ever challenge yourself. Why are you making me seem like I'm not able to do any of those things, There's nothing wrong with that. And it's just a stigma with where people don't understand what mental health is. I've seen a lot of people who just back away from you or who don't ever talk to you again because you tell them that, oh, I have depression or I have schizophrenia. So it's just how people view me as in general.
Since you're an advocate of your campaign against mental illness, I'm sure you've seen it more and you want to kind of let people be aware of it. So tell me about your stigma, how you advocating about this situation here.
They say that mental illness, usually with depression and all these other illnesses, that they hit between the ages of 18 to 35. So I realized that there was a gap because when I was in high school, nobody discussed mental illness. Nobody talked about it, nobody educated. I remember we used to have campaigns about don't smoking, don't drink and drive, but it never came across to the school system to be able to teach something about mental illness or to have people that come into the school to become public speakers about mental illness. Now things are starting to change. So I realized that is what I wanted to do. I wanted to go back and educate high school students about mental illness because it was when I entered university that I got affected. So that's what I'm about now. It's about going back into the high schools, educating them, talking to them about it, having an open discussion about mental health, we should talk about it. We shouldn't be hiding behind, closed doors and keeping it to yourself. It's something that if you educate somebody and you give them the tools now, once they become maybe 19, 20, 25, 30, and they're hit with the circumstances, they will know where to go to. But if you don't give them the opportunity to give them the resources and the help and everything that they need, then they'll be stuck like I was stuck. So that is what I'm trying to that's not what I wanted to. I don't want history to repeat itself in that sense, I don't want another child to be suffering the way that I suffered all alone, not going out and having anybody.
Thank you so much, Ayan. One question I would like to know is, tell us one thing that you want everybody to know about mental health.
It's not an easy journey. If you're ever affected by it or you know somebody who's suffering, it's not easy. It's hard. I've seen a lot of people come up to me and say, oh, I have a friend or a family member who's affected, and they won't let us in, they won't talk to us, they won't reach out. So what I want you guys to take from, if anything, from today is that they're in a stage in their life where they're in crisis because they don't understand why this happened to them, and they keep asking themselves, why me, why me, why me? So it's don't leave them just because of that. I've lost friends, to be honest with you, and I have friends who don't understand what I'm going through. So don't be one of those friends who leave them or walk away just because you don't understand what they're going through, or just because they're pushing you away. They're pushing you away because they're in a critical point in their life right now where they need all the love that they could get, even if it means giving them a call or just checking up on them. They might not show you that they need that, but really deep inside, it really helps to get a phone call from somebody at night when you're thinking to take a whole bottle of medication and overdose on it. Just that person to call and to remember and to be like, hey, are you okay? That can help that person put that bottle down and not take an overdose that night. So it's just not leaving them behind and being there for them no matter what. Yes, give them their space, but just be there. It's just a process that they're going to be going through. And I want, for those people who are listening who do have mental illnesses right now, to never give up and to keep going. Yes, I told you guys that, yes, I gave up almost 7 times, but I'm here today. And I've figured out what it is what my calling is. So don't give up. And it's just a battle it was one of those journeys that you're going to be going on in your life. and you'll be able to overcome all these things. You'll be able to go back to work. You'll be able to go to school. You'll be able to live the life that you plan to live for yourself. Only if you hang in there tight, because if you let go, then you're gone, and you didn't have that opportunity, and you might regret it one day. So just hang in there. You're not alone. There's people like myself out there who are suffering, who are going through exactly what you're going through, and that are taking one step at a time. So just take one step at a time. So don't give up. 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 Don't give up.
Believe, believe, believe.